And so are we, like the man who was ill, perhaps paralyzed, for 38 years. 38 years. It's a long time. So we're almost 4 decades of lifetime. He had no one there, perhaps those that brought him to Bethesda. The name, of course, is translated House of Mercy. Those that brought him to the House of Mercy perhaps had to go to work that day. Well, here you are. Hopefully, when the waters are stirred up, somebody will get you in there. We'll catch you about 5 o'clock. Then we'll go have a nice, burger and fries, and then we'll go home. How about that? So he said, there's no one here to help me. The question that Jesus asks is one that we would probably ask from a human standpoint. Well, dude, don't you want to be healed? Do you enjoy this kind of life? But Jesus asks a little bit rhetorically, of course, do you want to be healed? Well, yeah, but there's no one to help me to get where I want to be. And Jesus heals him. Pick up your mat and walk. Go your way. You are freed of this illness, this ailment, this infirmity. You are made whole again. And he goes off. We don't hear a word of thank you or anything. He just, okay. But if it was a prophet, you did exactly what they said. You didn't dare deviate from the flight path, lest all of a sudden you were back at ground zero, nosediving. But is he somewhat like us? Old, obviously, 38 years, in this condition, dependent upon others, a complainer, whining and complaining. Oh, there's no one to help me. Oh, God, if you'd only do this, if you'd only do that. We trust God. We don't dump on God. Blamer. When confronted by the Jews for carrying his mat on the Sabbath, he blames the person who told him. He told me, pick it up and walk, so I did. So the responsibility is placed upon others, more so than himself. A sinner, obviously, because Jesus finds him again in the temple area, confronts him and says, now, dude, listen, you're healed, you're cured, you're free of all this. Don't do anything to mess it up. Enjoy the grace, the healing you've received. Stay on track, stay on path, stay focused. He's somewhat ungrateful and rather disloyal because he tattles on Jesus. As soon as he finds out it's Jesus, he runs and tattles to the Jews. Oh, it's Jesus. That's the man. He's the one. In other words, I'm blameless of the mat incident. He's the one. And perhaps unrepentant. There's no indication in the gospel that he actually accepted the challenge of Jesus and acted upon that. Don't do this again. Don't lead yourself into a position or situation that's going to put you right back here. Sound familiar? Sure it does. Because he's representative of the human condition. That we are sometimes whiners and complainers. We know we're dependent upon others. We like to complain and blame. Play the blame game. Nobody wins on that one. Sometimes, let's admit, we're ungrateful and disloyal. Because it wasn't exactly the color, the size, the this, the that, or exactly the way I wanted it, then I guess I don't have to live up to the deal I made with you, huh, God? We'll try it again next time. I'm sure it'll turn out better for you. We can be pretty disloyal, even though we don't realize it. Unrepentant, holding on to a hardness of our hearts and allowing the Lord to make them flesh again, beating and living with the power of God's Spirit, but always holding on to the ways that we think or we know are the best. A challenge of faith, to be sure. So the question is, if we are placed in a situation where we think we know what we need to do in order to achieve the goal we want, and God intervenes in a completely unexpected way, offers us that grace and mercy of healing, will we, like the 38-year-old man in the gospel today, will we remain as stubborn in our hearts? Or will we change and grow and live in the grace of God by the power of the Holy Spirit?